let's go into the whole Suge Knight thing real quick. If you good with that?
Yeah.
So a couple things I wanted to mention. This one I forgot. I meant to mention this last week, but Suge Knight made some comments because somebody interviewed him and asked him, what do you think about Snoop Dogg owning Death Row now? And he was like, well, actually, I don't know if he really owns it. He kind of questioned it. Suge was like, I don't know if he really owns it because he said it was taken from me in an unfair way. So technically, I never gave it up. It was taken from me or something like that. And so he was like, if you look at it like that, he may not even own it. So to me, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure whatever Snoop did was legitimate to buy that record label. Now, if Suge got it taken away from him, it's probably because he didn't have some money to pay for it or something like that. So you can't be mad at that. If they took it in a legal way like that, where you weren't paying taxes or some shit like that, you lost it. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at that. Actually, if I look at it, I would say you should be happy because at least it ain't fucking Hasbro who had it for a while.
Oh, yeah.
The toy maker, you know what I mean? It went through several hands. And it's like,
if you don't want your G.I. Joes all up in the video,
you know what I mean?
Dancing. Come to Hasbro.
So, for me, I'm good with that. I'm good with Snoop owning it because at least you can look back and say, at least somebody that I came up with, owns it, even if me and him got differences.
Yeah.
At least it's somebody who I can respect that owns it now.
And at least the label would be in, I wouldn't, maybe not necessarily good hands.
Right.
But it would at least be in the hands of someone that you kind of, like, well, I know he's going to make a good product.
Right.
I know that they're going to put together a good product when it come out. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Snoop making horrible
decisions.
Yeah, when it comes to
right.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm really anxious to see some new music come out of the Death Row record label. So I hope that Snoop is kind of working on some stuff behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So don't just buy it and just have it sitting there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely I was happy to hear Snoop had it. You know what I mean? So I don't think Suge should be hating on that. You know what I mean? So anyway,
real quick, let me go back a little bit since we were talking about the groups. We were talking about, since we're going to talk about Death Row and Haru and everything. So Haru allegedly had beef with KRS-One.
Oh yeah, BDP.
Yeah.
KRS. So DJ Kenny Parker, KRS's younger brother, he has his own YouTube channel and he likes to tell stories about things that he went through in hip hop, him and the BDP crew and all that. So he said that a beef came up where he found out that the hieroglyphs had issues with KRS. I think it was just specifically KRS, but he was saying he never knew nothing about it. He was like, I never even knew that there was an issue. You know what I mean? So I think, who was it? Did you send it to me or did I send it to you?
I think I sent it to you.
You sent it to me. But yeah, you go ahead and tell me how you felt
about it. So basically, he was saying that they had KRS-One, I think it was on the album Return of the Boom Bap, because I don't think it was on his self-titled album.
Okay.
When he was talking about the Frisco Disco, just this thing like that, he was saying that was like a shot at Haru.
Right.
Because they were from the San Francisco area.
Right.
And the fact that they were on the same label, they felt that they were the best. But KRS-One was like, saying nah. And then what happened was, I think it was a show that, I think that's what Kenny Parker was saying. He said there was a show that happened and they said, well, BDP, y'all will come on at 10 o'clock or whatnot.
Right.
They would get there and it's like, well, nah, all these other artists came in and now they're going to push on to 12 o'clock.
Back to 12.
Yeah. And then they was like, nah, in our contract, whenever we here, we don't care who next. We go on.
Right. We just grab the mic and start going on. Yeah.
I think what it was, they was upset about that. I think it might have interfered with them. And I think that's how the so-called beef started. Even DJ Kenny Parker even said that the Frisco Disco thing, it was a song. It was a song that was like a breakbeat from back in the day that he was referencing. But Kenny was like, nah, I'm going.
Yeah, he said the more he thought about it,
the way I'm thinking of it, I think it was a diss to Hiram. Right. But they all got cool. They all got cool. They was like, yeah, we shouting out Kenny, DJ Kenny Parker. He always came to a show, and they were bigger they were fans of KRS. So, but I think they're cool now. But it was just, I'm like, yo, well, I mean, it happens like this all the time. There'll be so many beefs,
right?
And it's like, man, yo, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was like, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. That was crazy. When I heard that, I was like, wow, I never even noticed that. Just like the whole Cypress Hill and Chubb Rock. I never knew about that.
Oh, yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah.
Right. The whole time I was hearing Be Real to the one on the flamboyant tip.
The soft and ham in the frying pan.
Right. Yeah, I never knew he was referring to somebody specific. I thought it was just a lyric. You know what I mean?
But that's how
bars,
I mean? See, but that's how they did back then. You know what I'm saying? They didn't, Pop kind of changed that shit.
Right,
with that with the Biggie stuff. I mean.
Well, shit. Honestly, if you really want to know who really got into just directly naming names, we talking about Roxanne Shante.
Well, facts.
She really started that shit because she was bold as fuck. She didn't care who you were.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? But anyway, Pac kind of.
Yeah, Pac kind of brought that back and kind of changed that whole energy as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roxanne did with the feet. So. But it kind of, back in the day, it was just subliminal. You kind of had to figure out, who he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Or who they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, but but I'm glad they cool now. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad they cool. You know what I mean?
But anyway, let's go back since we was talking about the Capone and Daz. You were saying that you had more to talk about. Yeah, so I do apologize.
No, you're good. But you're right though. So so another thing I was going to mention about Suge, he is trying to release his own like documentary or docuseries, something to that effect, about Death Row, I believe. And supposedly he was gonna put the truth out there that Dr. Dre didn't do a lot of his beats, that people like Daz Dillinger were doing a lot of beats. Like supposedly Daz did like the whole Doggy Style album, which was Snoop's album. And I think that was Snoop's first album, right?
Yeah, Snoop.
So he was saying that on the Chronic
first solo album.
Right, first solo album. On the Chronic, supposedly Daz was like more so soaking up a lot of his teachings. He was learning from Dre and giving a few, tips here and there, but by the time they got to Doggy Style, supposedly Daz was making like all the music. And so the story goes, supposedly Dre came to Daz and was like, yo, let me be credited as the producer and I'll make sure you still get paid, a bunch of money, but just let me get the credit. So, supposedly Dre would, make a few adjustments to Daz's music, but it was like minor adjustments. Now
Dre became a Diddy, like
right.
But anyway, go ahead.
Hit the cowbell right there.
Hit the cowbell, bring that in. I'm a producer.
I'm a producer.
See somebody grab it.
But I thought that was kind of weird. But basically, the controversy about it is, at one time, Daz did admit that was true. But now when Suge came out and made his comments, now Daz put out a video saying Suge is lying and that Dre made all the beats, he did all the producing. He was like, yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Dre's the best producer in the world. So a lot of people are wondering, like, why are you changing your story? Did Dre pay you? You know what I mean? What is it? Because there is actually video footage of Daz saying, yeah, I did Doggy Style and I did this track and I did a bunch of these tracks and I produced this, but now he's like, nah, Dre did everything. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that?
I don't know, man. Maybe he's trying to get, back in the grace. I mean, not back in the grace, but he want to try to keep that rapport with Dr. Dre. I mean,
right.
That's the thing. And going back, dang, it's like crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to. It's like Pac keep coming up. He's like, you gonna feel it? Anyway, so Pac even said like, that Dre didn't produce in years.
Right.
He did when he was on the the last little bit of his life when he went to Death Row.
And that's always been a rumor that I had heard over the years too, that Dre did produce, but the majority was done by other people. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of doing
like Scott Storch.
Yeah, Scott Storch. And that's kind of how Diddy was doing. You know what I mean? Diddy was acting like he was just making music, but it was really people like Easy Mo B that was making a lot of his beats. You know what I mean? And so, you just didn't catch it. If you just had to be paying attention. But, I think if that's the case, it makes me wonder, is that really why we never got Detox? Once Death Row started disbanding, he didn't have people like Daz to help him with the beats. Scott Storch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Is that why we've just been waiting so long for a fucking Detox, which I don't think we're ever going to get at this point. But it would have been nice. It was a good title, and, it is what it is. He still dropped the album. He dropped that Compton album a few years back. What was that? Yeah. 2017 or 2018?
Yeah, when the movie came out.
Yeah. So that was kind of dope. But, I wonder what's going to happen. So, and I really want to know why Daz is changing his story up. You know what I mean? Is he basically saying, no, I lied before when I said I made the beats? Or, like you said, is he trying to save face so he can stay in the good graces? You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Let us know in the comments, because that's an interesting story right there.
Yeah, I mean, and then, too, Daz might be thinking of it, like this. Well, I mean, the man's already got a legacy now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now,
let me not tarnish that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking on those lines. I mean, it's like, look, this man, like I would be doing some other shit if he didn't let me in.
Right.
So maybe, he's looking at it like that. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if I'm right about that, but that's what I'm thinking.
Well, we're going to keep up with that so we can kind of let y'all know how that rolls out, because I'm interested to see that, because like I said, the reason I found out about it is because actually Choke No Joke did a video about it.
Yeah, shout out Choke
No Joke. Shout out to Choke No Joke. Lately, he's been trying to expose people, man. I was like, yo, Choke is he trying to expose some folks now. And he was like, yo, I'm cool with Daz, but Daz, he was like, you wrong for that. You know what I mean? First you said you made the beats, now you act like you ain't make no beats.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that was how I kind of heard about the whole story through Choke No Joke. But yeah, again, y'all let us know how y'all feel in the comments. Got a couple more things we want to talk about. Drake Champs. Let's talk about Drake Champs.
Oh, yeah.
My man Jadakiss went on Drink Champs recently and past week, and he was promoting his new business, Kiss Cafe, which is a coffee company that him, his father, and his son are all in a joint venture with. So it's 3 generations: grandfather, Kiss, and Kiss's son. You know what I mean? Well, not grandfather, but Kiss's father, the son's grandfather.
Yeah.
So, and they all look alike, man. Them moms look just alike.
That's awesome.
I said, yo, that's crazy, man. But it's a great thing that he's in business with his family, man. And I really like that. The episode is great. If y'all haven't seen it, please go check it out. You know what I mean? I'm sure they got it on YouTube. I record it when it comes on TV, but on YouTube, they put the uncensored version, where not uncensored, but uncut, where because they had to fit the whole thing in an hour for Revolt, but usually the interviews are like 2 hours. You know what I mean, something like that. So
I did not say the word, but it was, I think, cool. I mean, Jadakiss was talking about. Yeah, so I was hanging with Nori, right? Did you see that? Y'all was hanging with Nori.
Yeah.
Nori came through, you know what I'm saying? He gave everybody a pound, you know what I'm saying? He was dapping everybody up. And then he dapped up this one nigga, and the nigga really wasn't with us like that. And then my man come up there, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I said, Nori, I don't think my man is with us like that. Yeah. So my man came up, I came up on stage. And my man, he said, this nigga canceled the dap. How this nigga I ain't never seen no shit like that.
He said Nori looked at the dude was like, he was doing all kind of head gestures like, nah, I don't know you like that. I'm taking my dap back. You know what I mean? I dapped you up and I'm taking my dap. He said, I never seen a nigga cancel the dap like that. But I can't blame him, you know what I mean? Sometimes as a celebrity, you want to have that happen, you know, when somebody try to sneak in and be a part of the conversation. He like, nah, nigga, I don't know you. Don't be coming up trying to get the dap, you know what I mean?
I can listen to Jada talk about stories all fucking day long. I'm telling you, man, Jada just need to do tell story times with Jada or some shit.
Yeah.
I would, that would make for good TV. Jada, I just threw your idea.
Exactly. If it happened, you heard it.
You heard it here, yo. I would pay for that shit.
That's really, that would be really dope. There's certain people that can really tell some stories like that. You know what I mean? Jada would be good for that. You know
man.
Yeah, I would love to hear that, man. So, but yeah, man, that was funny as hell, man. When I saw that video, I was dying. But yeah, so y'all go check that out, man. The Drink Champs, you know, they really was there promoting the coffee and all of that, but you know, it was just, you know, dope to see the 3 generations there.
Yeah, no doubt.
At the same time, you know, we heard from the son and the father and Jada and all of that, man. So, but yeah, I think, was that it? Was that
I think that was it.
I'm gonna make sure I got nothing else on my list.
But that's going back. It's really good to see. To see that because you know what I'm saying, and especially the type of entertainer and rapper that Jada is.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, because you know he what you would call like the hardcore, you know, hard hip hop.
Yeah.
But for saying to show people like, hey, you know, you can create a lane for yourself.
Yeah.
No matter who you are.
Yeah.
You could do something that you know that could promote. You know, not only just yourself, but your community. So, I mean, it's good to see that.
That's what's up, man. So, yeah, man, shout out to Jada, man, because we need more stuff like that, more entrepreneurs coming out of the hip-hop game.
Yeah.
You know, when they had the Juice Shop, which I believe they still got, you know, and now he got the Kiss Cafe, you know what I mean? I'm sure they got other joint ventures going on, so we need more of that instead of people just making a lot of money in hip hop and just blowing it. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I'm doing. Hold on, y'all. I'll let Howie keep y'all going.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, man, you know, going back, like we picking back off though, it's really good to see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So man, that they got the package. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We about to see what this is. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. I'm just messing. Well, yeah, man. I think it's gonna be it. I think next week we should have a show going up. I might be going up in Jersey to see my cousin. She's graduated in college. She's got her degrees and stuff, but I think she went back to school to do some more stuff for work. So I want to applaud that real quick. You know what I'm saying? And give her some cheers. So, yeah, I didn't, and then buy a plane ticket like everybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to drive, but hey, it's all right. I can drive. Shit, and kick the road's ass. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. I think this is gonna be it. I'm gonna wait for Curtis to come back. But yeah, going back to Jada though, that's definitely dope. It's definitely dope. So. Curtis back in the house.
That wasn't even what I thought it was.
Damn!
I thought it was a package I've been waiting on, but it was actually some Verizon salespeople trying to, you know, ask about Verizon versus, you know, Spectrum and all of that. So
man, they get the
right.
Different.
Right.
A couple of these too.
Right.
A couple of them too.
Right. A couple of slaps. But yeah, man. So what were you talking about? You were just wrapping up?
Yeah, I was just wrapping up. I just said, you know, it was, you know, with the whole Jada thing, that was dope. But yeah, and I was also telling them might not have a show next week because I'm going to go to my cousin in New Jersey. Okay. She's graduating, and things like that. But I don't know. I mean, we still might have a show, but I don't know all the details. Yeah, I don't know all the details yet. So.
Yeah, we'll see. With the summertime coming through, man, it's going to be a lot of things going on. It's going to be times when he may go out of town or I may go out of town. We have to skip the show. That happens a lot more during the warm months. So
man.
I definitely am going to be taking some trips over the summer. So,
taking trips, especially with them packages,
Right.
Take a trip.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? With the bricks.
And they, you know what I'm saying? The countries might name themselves that. Right. We still moving them around here.
Exactly. But anyways, but yeah, we appreciate y'all checking us out, man. Just one more time for the record, hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters.
We need funds. Allocated. So we can be able to put up the school.
And so I ain't got to answer the door in the middle of the podcast.
Man.
But yeah, man, so we appreciate y'all checking us out. This has been episode 241. And this is your man Kurt, and this is
Howard.
And we'll see y'all on the next one, all right?